Today's video will be covering the replacement of the power hook and the positioning cylinder on a power amp piece of equipment. When working on any equipment, always lock out and tag out the dock level before work is performed. Then we're going to disconnect all of our lines. The lines are a 7/8 wrench. You're disconnecting the lines, you want to put a cap on them. So keep the lines clean of dirt and debris. Always have a pan below. On the top there's two lines, C1 and HC2. I marked HC1 with a zip tie so I know which position they go in. Again, a 7/8 wrench. And I'm going to move the pan back a little bit. And then once you get the lines capped off, you're going to want to cap off the fittings in the power hook and the positioning cylinder. Again, these are number 8 cap. Once the lines are capped off, we can disconnect the guide track and remove the top position cylinder mounts and power hook mounts. Tops are going to be a 3/4 inch wrench. And then the bottom is going to be a 1/2 inch on the keepers for the positioning cylinder. Disconnect get that 1/2 inch wrench. With the trunnion keepers off of both, we're going to lift up this hook. We lift up the hook, it's going to slide the positioning cylinder out of the glands. We'll be able to remove that. What we'll do is we'll raise up this hook and we're going to shove a 2x4 or other means to hold the hook up in the air. Make sure it's secure and safe. Then once with the hook's up in the air, we're going to be able to loosen up this positioning cylinder. But before we can do that, we're going to take a 15/16 wrench and we're going to loosen up that jam nut. And then we're going to spin the positioning cylinder out of place. Take the position cylinder out of here. And the next thing we're going to do is going to take the complete power hook out of the pit. Now this is kind of heavy, it weighs about 105 pounds. So position yourself right, pick up the power hook and we're going to take it out of here. Okay, with the power hook out, we're just going to quick clean off some of the excess oil and the fluids and inspect everything. You've got a set of trunnions. This is for the power hook. They should be in good shape, shouldn't be worn in any way. And this is the trunnions for the positioning cylinder. You'll notice everything is straight and vertical and nothing's bent or worn. If you see these bent in one way or the other, replace them. If you see the trunnion keepers bent, also replace those. Before we put the hook back in, we want to lubricate it. So we're going to take some white lithium grease. We're just going to spray it in each of the trunnion positions. A little lubrication. Then we're going to put the power hook back in again. Once they're in, Again, we're going to re-support the power hook with the 2x4. Just going to raise it back up in the air. We're going to install the positioning cylinder. Here's the positioning cylinder. You'll notice that this power hook and positioning cylinder are red, by the way. The old units are yellow. Either one is replaceable with each other. So you also notice I sprayed some lubrication down in the eye with a threaded hole for the positioning cylinder. And what we're going to do is we're going to thread it onto a rod eye, which is down below. If this rod eye is bent or damaged, you're going to want to replace it. The hook height is adjusted by how much threads are exposed. So when you take the positioning cylinder off and you put the new one back on, you want to leave that nut in about the same spot, and we'll set it up and we'll see what a positioning cylinder height will be. So right now we're going to reconnect that positioning cylinder. The positioning cylinder started. We're going to thread it in so about 3 or 4 inch threads are exposed in the rod. And that's between the nut and the rod. Okay, now we're going to install the positioning cylinder so the hose end is on this side. And we're going to lower the hook down. Check our height. There we go. Lift up the hook one more time. Okay, lower down. Okay, with the hook back in position, we're going to put our keepers back on. These units are the new style keepers. It's got a finger that goes down the side, and it's got a position along here to hold the positioning cylinder, I should say the power hook in place. This drops in here. If you have the old style, which is a flat bar, replaced with the new style trunnion keepers. Now this side, which I'm working on, we can just tighten down. We don't have to look at any effort into it. The opposite side, when we tighten down the trunnion keeper, we have to make sure that the proximity switch does not hit this target. This is adjustable a small amount, so when you're tightening this one up, you always want to make sure you get about minimum of 1/8, less than 1/4 of an inch between the proximity switch and the trunnion target. Tighten her down. Reconnect all your electrical connections. Always make sure that when you plug them back in, the pins are straight, and also if you see any corrosion inside the pins, either one, replace the pigtail or clean out the corrosion first. With everything connected, before we actually connect everything up completely, we're going to check the height of the power hook cylinder. We want our power hook cylinder to be roughly 26 to 27 inches off the ground. So if I take this tape measure, I'm going to run it down here. So between 26 to 27 is perfect. We're at tad high, we're at 27 3/4. So if we wanted to lower this hook down, we'd adjust the positioning cylinder. In this case, we could go down 1/2 inch. So we'll lower it down 1/2 inch. I'll show you how to do that. We're going to remove our trunnion keepers again on our positioning cylinder. It's easier to adjust the hook height before you put the hoses on. Now in this situation, we want to lower the hook height. So to lower the hook height, we're actually going to take the cylinder and we're going to go counterclockwise. We're going to expose more threads in the rod eye. The more threads in the rod eye, the lower the hook is going to sit. So we're going to pick it back up again. We're going to support it with our 2x4. Okay. I'm going to grab my wrench. And we're going to take the position cylinder. I'm going to back it out approximately 2 turns. Snug down our jam nut. Lower it back into place. Take our 2x4 out. Okay, we'll take our measurement again. And we're roughly 26.5, so we're right where we want to be, between 26 and 27 inches. Okay, at that point, we know we're done. We're going to put our trunnion keepers all back together again. Okay, now we're going to hook our hoses back up again. This is our HDC 1, HDC 2. Take our caps off and put our hoses on. If you take the hoses off and you do not mark them, you forget which direction they got to go into, check our manual, which is available online. We've got a picture and diagram showing how to make all your connections. Okay, last is our positioning cylinder. Okay. Okay, we got everything together. We'll slide the pan out of here. We will disconnect the lockout tagout. After you're done running the unit, you want to make sure you check the oil level. The oil level should be roughly about 2 inches from the top or 2/3 full, and then you're set. Thanks for watching the video.